56 degrees. That's the temperature difference between Portland, Maine and Tucson, Arizona right now. And folks, that's not even the craziest part. A winter weather band is slamming everything from Montana to Michigan as we speak, while Texas is sitting at 78 degrees like it's already April. And here's what's got me glued to the models this afternoon. There's a Valentine's Day storm brewing that could turn into an absolute monster if this pattern holds. I'm Tom Hadley. Drop your city in the comments right now because I'm running through over 100 cities, and trust me, you don't want to miss yours. All right, so let me break down exactly what's happening, because when you see the big picture, everything else clicks into place. We've got this country split right down the middle. Winter on one side, spring on the other. And that collision zone is where all the action is. The Northeast is locked in the deep freeze. We're talking teens and 20s, but here's the kicker. It's bone dry, so at least you're not shoveling today. Meanwhile, flip over to the plains in the south, and I gotta tell you, 60s, 70s, even pushing 80 in spots. This is February, not March. Now, the models, both the Euro and the GFS, are actually agreeing for once. And when that happens, you pay attention because it almost never does. So let me hit the cities getting hammered right now, because if you're traveling through these areas, this is the stuff you need to know. Green Bay, Wisconsin, you're looking at 2 to 3 inches today, temps in the mid-20s, and that wind is making it feel way nastier than the thermometer says. Madison at 30 degrees, 1 to 2 inches coming this afternoon. And if you've got to commute later, give yourself extra time. Roads are getting slick. Milwaukee, you're right on that tricky rain-snow line at 34. Could go either way, but either way, the roads are going to be messy, so heads up. Now check this out. Grand Rapids at 36 with rain flipping to snow overnight. Detroit at 38, staying quiet for now, but watch those lake effect bands tonight. Lansing at 37 with cold drizzle. Toledo at 39, mostly cloudy. Fort Wayne at 35, just raw and gray. The whole Great Lakes region is in it today. Let me swing up to the Dakotas real quick, because this is where that winter band is really putting down some decent snow right now. Fargo is sitting at 18 degrees with light snow falling. Roads are slick, so take it nice and easy out there. No rush, nothing's worth a wreck. Sioux Falls at 26 with about an inch expected. St. Paul at 28 with 1 to 2 inches coming down on and off throughout the day. Rochester, Minnesota at 27 with an inch on the way. And hey, if you're on I-90 through southern Minnesota today, budget some extra time. Des Moines is the tricky one at 33. Could see freezing rain transitioning to snow. That's the combo that makes roads an absolute nightmare. Cedar Rapids at 35, just getting cold drizzle. No accumulation, but still feels raw. And Omaha at 48 is actually catching a break. Nice and dry. Now here's where it gets interesting. Let me flip over to the Rockies, because some legit mountain snow is falling out there right now. Missoula, Montana at 28 degrees with 1 to 3 inches throughout the day. Those mountain passes are getting sketchy, so plan accordingly. Billings at 30 with 1 to 2 inches. Roads already icing up from what I'm seeing, so please be careful out there, folks. I mean it. Boise at 39, seeing a wintry mix this morning. Casper at 25 with gusty winds and blowing snow. That wind is honestly the bigger story there. Cheyenne at 28, cold and breezy with light snow. And Salt Lake at 38 with a rain-snow mix in the valley. Mountains getting the good powder, though. All right, take a breath with me. We're about a quarter through. How we doing in the comments? Has your city come up yet? Let me know. And real quick, what region should I go deeper on tomorrow? I read every single comment, and it really helps me out. Seriously. Okay, so now let me talk about the Northeast, because I know a lot of you are dealing with some genuinely brutal cold, even if it's dry. Syracuse is at 19 degrees, folks. That's cold, but silver lining, it's sunny and dry. So there's that at least. Buffalo at 22, Rochester at 20, Albany at 24. The whole upstate region is frozen solid, but hey, no snow to shovel, small victories. New York City's around 30, feeling raw with that wind off the water. Yonkers at 30. The whole metro is cold, but manageable if you layer up. Newark and Jersey City both at 31 to 32. And if you're doing the I-95 commute, bundle up, because that wind is no joke out there today. Boston at 30 with nice sunshine. Worcester at 23. Providence at 28. Hartford at 27. New England is cold, but honestly, pretty beautiful out. Portland, Maine at just 20 degrees. Manchester at 22. Springfield at 25. This is the coldest pocket in the country right now, folks. Now, here's the wild comparison I want you to wrap your head around because it shows just how crazy this pattern is. Portland, Maine is at 20 degrees right now. Tucson is at 76. That's a 56-degree spread coast to coast. In February, that's insane. That's why I'm watching Valentine's Day so closely. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, let me finish the cities. Heading down the mid-Atlantic now, Philadelphia at 32, cold but sunny. Pittsburgh at 34 with clouds, both staying dry, which is nice. Allentown at 30, Wilmington at 36, Baltimore at 39. The whole I-95 corridor is cold but manageable. No precipitation expected. Washington, D.C. at 36 degrees, and as you slide into Virginia, things warm up real nice. Richmond is at 48 with plenty of sunshine. Virginia Beach at 50, Norfolk at 51, Chesapeake at 52. The Hampton Roads area is actually pretty pleasant for February. Can't complain. All right, now here's where things get really nice. Let me take you down to the southeast because this is basically spring weather. Raleigh at 58 degrees, sunny and gorgeous. Durham at 57. Greensboro at 56. The whole Piedmont region is just beautiful today. Charlotte at 58. Winston-Salem at 56. Fayetteville at 60. If you're in North Carolina, get outside and soak this up while it lasts. Columbia at 62. Charleston at 60. Savannah at 63. Augusta at 64. The Carolinas and Georgia are absolutely lovely right now. Atlanta coming in at 62, Columbus at 66. And you know what? I talked to a buddy in Atlanta yesterday, and he said he had his windows open. Windows open in February. Meanwhile, folks in Syracuse are scraping ice off their windshields at 19 degrees. That's America for you. Moving on down, Huntsville at 60, Birmingham at 62, Mobile at 68. The whole state of Alabama is enjoying some legit spring-like weather. Jackson, Mississippi at 67, Memphis at 61, Knoxville at 54, Nashville at 58. The Mid-South is running 10 to 15 above normal. Louisville at 48, Lexington at 46, Cincinnati at 40. The Ohio Valley is right on that edge between winter and spring today. All right, Florida, I know you're waiting. Let me get to you because I know we've got a ton of folks watching from the Sunshine State. Jacksonville at 68, sunny skies. Tallahassee at 70. St. Petersburg at 72. This is why people move to Florida, right here. Tampa at 72. Orlando at 70. Cape Coral at 76. Port St. Lucie at 75. I mean, come on, that's just showing off at this point. Fort Lauderdale at 77, Hialeah at 78, Miami pushing 80 degrees. And if you're down there on the beach right now, I don't want to hear about it. Dallas at 67, Fort Worth at 68, Arlington at 69, Plano and Garland both at 67. The whole Metroplex is gorgeous, perfect weather. Houston at 72, San Antonio at 70, Austin at 68, Corpus Christi at 72. The Lone Star State is definitely earning its reputation today. Lubbock at 68, Amarillo at 65, El Paso at 66, and Laredo at 78 degrees. That might be the hottest spot in the entire country right now. Irving at 68, Little Rock at 62, Shreveport at 68, Oklahoma City at 63, Tulsa at 64. The whole region is running way above normal. Wichita at 60, Lincoln at 50, and here's another wild comparison. Lincoln, Nebraska is at 50 degrees today in February. That's 20 above normal. Quick check-in, folks. Are you team winter or team spring? Because these comments are always split right down the middle. Let me know. All right, flipping out west now because it's honestly like a different planet out there compared to what the Northeast is dealing with. LA area looking perfect. Anaheim at 74, Long Beach at 72, Riverside at 76, Santa Ana at 75. Classic SoCal weather. San Diego at 70. Chula Vista at 69. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're out there enjoying the beach in February, well, good for you, I guess. Phoenix at 72. Mesa at 72. Chandler at 73. Glendale at 74. Tucson at 76. Arizona is just soaking up all that beautiful sunshine. Vegas area, Henderson at 67, North Las Vegas at 68. Perfect weather for getting outside. Couldn't ask for better, honestly. Albuquerque at 58, comfortable and dry. Central Valley, California, Fresno at 62, Bakersfield at 65, Stockton at 61, Modesto at 62, Sacramento at 62, Bay Area looking nice, San Francisco at 60, San Jose at 62, Oakland at 60. Lovely weather across the whole region. Reno at 45, a bit cooler but dry. Seattle at 48 with light rain. Tacoma at 48. Portland at 50, the Pacific Northwest doing its thing. Spokane at 42. Vancouver, Washington at 49. Just typical February weather for the Northwest. Nothing unusual about that. That's over 100 cities, folks. If I missed yours, drop in the comments and I'll grab it tomorrow. I really do read every single one. All right, now here's the part I've been waiting to get to because this is what's been keeping me up at night, no joke. Remember that 56-degree temperature spread I mentioned at the top? Portland at 20, Tucson at 76. That gradient doesn't just sit there. When you have warm air and cold air that different, sitting that close together, the atmosphere has to do something about it, and it will. That's exactly why I'm watching Valentine's Day weekend so closely, because the models are flagging a significant storm signal right around that time frame. Both the Euro and the GFS are showing a low pressure system developing that could bring a classic split. Severe weather south, winter weather north. We're talking potentially heavy snow for the Ohio Valley and Northeast, while the Mid-South and Southeast could be looking at strong storms. Now, it's still about a week out, so things will definitely shift. But the signal has been consistent across multiple runs, and that matters. If you're in Tennessee, Kentucky, the Carolinas, Georgia, you're going to want to keep an eye on this as we get closer to the weekend. And for the Ohio Valley and Northeast, there could be some real snow chances, depending on exactly where that cold front sets up. I'll have a deep dive on that system tomorrow once the new model runs come in, because honestly, that one could be a big deal. But for today, the main concerns are really that winter weather band from the Rockies through the Great Lakes. That's where the action is. If you're traveling through Wisconsin or Michigan today, give yourself extra time, slow down, keep some supplies in the car, just be smart. Same goes for the northern Rockies. Those mountain passes can go from fine to dangerous real quick when the snow starts flying. Now, I want to take a second here because I know a lot of you watching are dealing with more than just the weather. Life can be tough sometimes. If you're in one of those cold spots or you know someone who might be struggling, especially folks living alone, take a minute to check in. A quick phone call to a neighbor or friend can make a real difference, especially when it's this cold and people are cooped up inside. We're all in this together, folks, and looking out for each other is really what community is all about. That's something I truly believe. All right, let me give you the quick rundown before you head out. 4 things you need to keep on your radar. Number 1, winter weather from the Rockies through the Great Lakes. 1 to 3 inches in spots. Wisconsin and Michigan getting the worst of it. Number 2, cold but dry across the Northeast. Teens and 20s upstate. Low 30s in the cities. But at least you're not shoveling. Number 3, spring weather across the plains, south and southwest. 60s, 70s, even pushing 80. Enjoy it while it lasts. And number 4, that Valentine's Day storm signal, because if this thing develops anywhere near what the models are showing, it could be significant. That Valentine's Day system is honestly the one that's got my full attention right now. I'll break it down completely in tomorrow's update. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, because if this pattern holds, we could be looking at a major event for a lot of people. The community we've built here really does mean everything to me. Folks sharing updates, checking on each other. That's what this is all about. This is Tom Hadley wishing you a safe and wonderful Monday afternoon. Stay warm, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one.